Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be finishing a sweater. There's something in my eye. I'm finishing a sweater that I designed and will be releasing the pattern for on my Instagram. It's a really simple, oversized sweater knitted on size 19 needles, which are very big. Mine are on the floor. These are size 19 needles. So they're super chunky, and this sweater is a really fast one to knit. I would definitely recommend a pattern like this for like your first pattern. I'm trying to figure out where to put these. I'll show you what I've made so far. I just have the front and the back panel, and then I have one sleeve done. And I'm gonna put them all together, see how the sleeve looks. I might change the sleeve a little, because it's kind of like voluminous right now, and then I have to do the neck and the final sleeve, which I'll be doing in this video. So this is the sweater right here. It is a colorwork sweater. I did Intarsia to do this, but I will be releasing the pattern with notes on how to do it in one color if you don't want to do Intarsia. So this is the front of the sweater. This is a scrap yarn sweater, so it is technically a checkerboard pattern, but I used all the yarn that I had left over from other projects. I did unravel some things too. So this is the front. And then the back, I actually did the back before I did the front, so the back's a little bit more hectic. It's still a checkerboard, and it still has like a pattern that I was following. But in this section I have like, it's a little more abstract. I didn't follow like the pink base for everything. I think, is that the only square I did that? Oh no, I did that on either side. So I have like, the pattern changes here and it changes here. And then I'll show you the sleeve. This is the sleeve. Okay, the sleeve is very large because you're gonna fold it in half. So it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like this, which is still a pretty large sleeve, but I felt like with such a big sweater, you'd want a nice roomy sleeve. And then I did do like a ton of decreases to get to this tiny little cuff. So I'm not sure, I might change the cuff a little bit, depending on how voluminous it is once I stitch it together. I don't want it to be too crazy. I kind of wanted it to be more of like a relaxed, cozy sweater. So if it has like a lot of volume bubbling at the bottom, I might change this. This is what the front looks like. I did a couple decreases to like go down. I started doing decreases from this square, and then I moved into this square. But in the solid version of this, it'll just be decreases at the outer side. You won't have them in the middle. Yeah. So that's my sleeve. I'm really excited. This is the first pattern that I'm writing up and releasing, and I'm nervous that nobody's gonna want to test it for me, but hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully people are excited too. This is a really simple pattern, like I said, and I will be doing a version of this that's all solid. I don't think I'm gonna knit it because I don't actually have that much yarn in one color, but there will be notes in the pattern on how to do a solid version of this. And then on the side, I'm also knitting this sweater that I mentioned in maybe 2 videos ago. I'm designing this one too, and this is like total opposite of that. It's knitted on size 5 needles, which you can see are very tiny, especially when compared to size 19. See the difference? So like, I've been making my size 19 sweater. I've maybe spent like 10 hours total knitting. With the size 5s, I think I have spent like 20 hours knitting just this. And yes, I am a slow knitter, but this probably isn't gonna be done until November realistically, which bums me out because I feel like every time over the last month that I've had like some event or like something fun to go to, I'm like, I'm gonna wear the striped sweater that I'm knitting, and then I keep like either unraveling it or I just like don't have the patience to knit. What I'm doing with this is I'm knitting top down. So I just have my neck right now, and I'm gonna knit down to like basically where your armhole is, and then I'm going to split it off and knit the body and the armhole separately. And it'll just be stripes all the way down I did have more progress last time I showed this, and then I ended up unraveling it and getting a different yarn for the pink. I was using a finer mohair before, and it was like very open and I didn't like it, so I went to the yarn store and I got the pink color in the same yarn that I had for the other stripes. So it's all the same yarn, and I love this yarn. I've been getting this from Avenue Yarns in Berkeley, and I think they only have it there. It's like their exclusive yarn that someone's making for them. It's called Poof. This is what the label looks like. This was $31. It's Poof for Avenue Yarns. They might have it on their website. I'll check and see, and if they do, I'll put the link in the description. This is 328 yards, 50 grams. It's alpaca and silk, and it's hand dyed. And this color right here, if you like this color, this is kitten. Kitten, I said that weird. I actually don't have all the labels because I wound all these balls myself, and I usually wind the label up inside of the ball to kind of give me something to wind onto. But I have this blue color, I have kitten, and then I have this red color, and now I'm running out of hands. And then I have this brown, which is what I'm knitting with right now, and yellow. So those are the colors that are gonna make up my stripe pattern. I actually have one label taped right here, so I didn't forget what it was. So the yellow color is called Dijon. So that, I am gonna release the pattern for this sweater as well, but probably not until like November, which is great because it's gonna be like a cozy fuzzy sweater. I'm going to get into finishing this sweater, and I'll check in maybe when it's done. I don't know, I'll check in at some point. Time to knit.
Hello? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Listen, listen. Yeah. No, you're wrong when you say you don't wanna dance. That's not like you, yeah. Shock me up when you said to me nice that you only like jazz and blues. It's gotta be smooth for you, yeah, yeah. And you know that's right. Baby says she's chilling on a whole nother vibe, and that's true. Yeah, yeah. That's why I like you. Check, check, yeah. And I gotta admit, find you a bad thing, made me wanna commit. See, I'm loving the way you be trying to play out the get. I tried to slide in your lane, you was not with it, yeah, yeah. And it's a bop, ain't it? See, now me, I like to dance, cause my soul feel it. See, you're trying to shake something, really move your hips, yeah, yeah. Real smooth with it, ooh. No, you're wrong when you say you don't wanna dance, that's not like you, yeah. Ooh, shock me up.
Okay, I just stitched up the body, and I added the sleeve. And now I'm gonna try it on and see how the sleeve looks. So I still have to do the neck. So this is just, dang, see how big the sleeve is? It's definitely, it might be a little too big, this sleeve.
Yeah, I have to make it smaller.
Or maybe it's just a little too long. There's like a lot of, you can like really feel it when you put your arm down. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna wait to remove this. I'm going to knit the second sleeve now, and I think I'm gonna make it just a tiny bit smaller, just up here. And then what I did when I knit this one was I didn't start the decreases until the second set of squares. So I think I might break it up more evenly throughout all 4 squares, because right now it's very straight and then it decreases a lot. So I'm gonna write up a plan for the next sleeve, and then I'm gonna start knitting. And hopefully it'll be a little bit more subtle than what's happening with this right now. I feel like because the yarn is so chunky, it's really obvious where the decreases start. So I wanna break it up a little bit so it's smoother. There's also way too much under the arm right now. It just doesn't need to be that much. So let me see if I can make it a little bit better.
Ooh, all right, smooth for you. Yeah, listen, yeah, yeah. Get it, bottles up and up so you can go.
Hi, it's the next day now. I'm tired, it's the morning. But I finished the second sleeve and I ended up doing it differently. I made it a little bit smaller. It's inside out right now. And I made it a little bit, let's see, I made it smaller. And I made the same amount of decreases. And then I decided to do the cuff rib but with the checkerboard pattern still, or I guess it's not really a checkerboard, it's just squares. Okay, let's see how this sleeve looks. So this is it. We're still missing the neck, so it looks funny, but this was the original sleeve, very large, and then this is the new sleeve, a little bit smaller. Okay, now I'm gonna try it on. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so you can see how much larger this sleeve is. The sleeve is ridiculous. Okay, this is the new sleeve. I kind of like the pink rib more than this. Let me tuck in all these. I'm having a lot of trouble deciding which cuff I like better. Okay, this looks funny. Like, look how much bigger this one is than this one. I'm really having trouble deciding if I like the pink, having a pink cuff, or having the like patterned cuff. And I'm almost tempted to reknit this sleeve and do one with the checkerboard and one with the pink cuff. Let me know in the comments which one you like better, pink, or I guess it would just be solid, or continuing the pattern onto the rib cuff. I'm going to do the neck next, and then I'll do the other sleeve later, just so we can see what it's gonna look like.
Shock me up when you said to me nice that you only like jazz and blue. It's gotta be smooth for you. Yeah, yeah.
Hi. Okay, I finished my sweater! It's finished. What do we think? Let me know in the comments. I think the size that I just made that I'm wearing, I think this will be size medium. And then I'm gonna write the pattern up so it'll be extra small, small, medium, large, XL, 2X, 3X. So by the time you're seeing this video, I'll have the link in my Instagram bio for testers. So if you're interested in testing this pattern for me, it is, I don't know why I did that. It's a super easy intarsia pattern. So there's no shaping at the armholes, you're just knitting a front and a back. The hardest part is probably knitting the neck. That's really not that hard. And then I'm like excited. And then the sleeves are knit flat rather than in the round. So that's like the easiest way to do sleeves. So this is meant to be like a very accessible intarsia pattern. If you know how to knit and you want to test this pattern for me, the link for the application is in the bio of my Instagram, which will be linked down below. I'm hoping to release this pattern early November, and it'll be available on Etsy and Ravelry. Yeah, that's all. I think that's all. It's super warm. It's knitted with wool. I used 3 different kinds. I used the wool from Wool and the Gang. Oh wait, actually I do not remember the names. I think it's the wool from We Are Knitters, Big Sexy Wool from Wool and the Gang, and then Merino number 5 with this blue one and the red one, which are from Loopy Mango. All you need to knit this pattern is you'll need the yarn, the chunky yarn. You'll need size 19 needles and size 15 needles. Those are the US sizes. And yeah, I made mine with scrap yarn. So in the pattern, I do encourage you to like use any scrap yarn you have. And I've written the pattern in a way that it's not color A and color B. It's like base color and then other colors. So I definitely encourage anyone who does this pattern to like mix it up with the colors, go crazy. You could also like hold together 2 strands of yarn to get this weight. That's it. What do you think? Also, what should I call this sweater? Right now I'm just calling it the boxy sweater because it's a boxy shape and it's covered in boxes. Let me know your thoughts, and of course I'll update you when this pattern's released. I'll mention it in whatever video I make then. Hopefully the next thing I knit will be Halloween themed. I really want to make like a Halloween themed knitted thing. That's coming. Whether it's pumpkins or skeletons, I'm still like figuring it out. Okay, goodbye.